Right, so this is part 2 of the diversion series. So I haven't touched the carbs since I took them off the bike, so we're going to find out what state they are together. So we've already had, which one was it, number 4 off, so we'll get that one off first. Jesus, who tightened that up? Right. Okay, so we've got a few issues to worry about. So this screw here has been drilled out to get, I've used this piece of metal here to span that sort of gap. So all the threads I think are okay other than that one, so that's probably not too bad of a thing to worry about at the moment. So we'll cross that bridge in a little while. So what I'll do next, I'm going to get all the floats out just to have a quick look. On the day was number 4. There's a little bit of a mark on it, but it's not too bad. I don't think this one was flooding, but it could have been, because the overflow pipe that was leaking was between 3 and 4. So the float valve, again, it's got some of that jelly, crusty jelly on it. Same story really, so that crusty jelly's on it. What I have noticed is that the main jets have all got this really nasty looking surface on them, as if they've been in contact with water for a long time. This one actually looks like it's blocked up inside. Might not show on camera, but it looks like there's a big clump of jelly in that one. That one looks clear. So get the pilot jets out first. I mean, given that it actually ran relatively well. Will this come out without breaking? Yeah. I feel like all the jets will be relatively clear actually, so that one appears clear. Yeah, they're all clear. Yeah, clear. Fairly clear. Has got a bit of jelly on the outside of the main jet, but you can see through it. Number 3, clear. Clear. And then just going to pick off these washers. And then what I'm going to look at next, they've got, because of the nature of these carbs, so when they're fitted to the bike they're almost like straight down almost, so the needle that comes from the diaphragm actually goes that direction and the main jet is actually sticking out this way. So the main jet cavity, or the emulsion tube, is actually accessed through this plug here, so we might be able to take that off and just check that it's clear. Size are they? 6mm maybe? Just be careful with these because you don't want them to break. In fact, that came out quite easy. So there's a washer, and then the bottom of these can sometimes get like compacted dirt and things because that's the bottom of the needle. So there's the needle poking out. We might be able to get the emulsion tube out when we take the top off and the top diaphragm off. So the float valve seat, is removable on these. So take all the screws out. To get these out, I mean, sometimes you can just lift them out with your fingers. This one's actually moving, so we'll probably get that one out quite easily. So there we go. So that's number, which was this, number 4. So on a lot of top quality bikes you get like a float valve filter, which is intact as well. So this O-ring here, it's a good idea to replace that, because that could be why it was leaking or overflowing from one of these carbs. I think it was number 4. Right, there we go. So nice and clean. The O-ring, there we go. So unlike the bottom, these all look like they have original screws in. Jeez. Wow, that's tight. Try not to stab myself if this slips off. Wow. Yeah, that's what you'd expect. Oh, quite a short one on that one. This one's going to be the one that breaks. There we go. Ooh. Diaphragm spring, and there is the diaphragm rubber. So a little bit of something, just be careful with this. It's come out nice actually, so looks nice. So these are really easy to damage, so I'm going to see if I can find something that will fit in the hole, like a bolt. Screws in there. Oh, it's gone in absolutely fine, that. That is the emulsion tube for the needle. So it's got a hole in the side, which will obviously join up with the main jet. But yeah, it's pretty clean, that. So I'll get the rest out, and then the plan is I'm gonna soak all the jets in a carb cleaner solution. I'm gonna try and clean these out. I think try and get all of this jelly stuff, whatever it is. Bizarre how I've never seen carbs like this before, where they've gone like this sort of jelly stuff. It's like, I don't think it's like grease or anything, but maybe it is. Maybe they use grease on the float balls. Yeah, so there's obviously passageways that you can check. So from the main jet into here, from your pilot circuit into your pilot circuit into the throat, from your pilot circuit to the air jet, and the air jet will also link up with the main jet as well a little bit. And then a good rule of thumb is to clean out the fuel rail, make sure there's none of that stuff in there. I mean, these look pretty clean, to be fair, given how bad they look on the outside. So not entirely sure how well it's going to go, but I think this is going to be quite straightforward to get back in action. That works quite well. So not entirely sure how I'm going to fix this. I mean, I could TIG weld it. That could be the only option really, because I could TIG weld it, put the cover on, drill it. Don't know if I've got an M4 tap though, that's the only thing. So yeah, I might try TIG welding it, but it's going to be hard. Obviously it's got a lot of material that needs to be built up, so ideally you'd want to cut this out and then redo it all, but it's going to be yeah, not sure on that one. So on the aftermarket market you can get float valve and float seat and the float ball gaskets. Yamaha sell a valve needle seat, so this is per carb and it's £60, so that is quite a lot, but then that's Yamaha parts for you. So the valve, let me just double check, so the valve, whatchamacallit, so there's basically the needle, float needle. Why is it different on this picture? Yeah, so you get, I think you get everything, so you get the filter, you get the, not sure what that is, and then, no, it must be the O-ring. So the O-ring, the valve seat and the float valve. So you do get the little filter basket, but you can reuse them. You can take them off the old ones and reuse them because they are useful. Some of the aftermarket float valves though, they don't take the filter, so bear that in mind. So that's the cost of a float ball gasket. Alright, so that's the end of the video, guys. So these carbs will get done and there'll be another video for these carbs. I'm going to order some parts for them and then I'll update when they arrive.